Well, my question to you is, do you think the burqa should be banned behind the wheel? Would you like to see a similar ban in this country? 03459 455 555. Darren in Letchworth texts already on 81333, starting his text with 3CR to say, JVS, we should have a total ban on the burqa. This is England, not the Middle East. Well, Alan has called to have his say. Good morning to you, Alan.
Hello, Jonathan.
Good morning.
We couldn't do a thing like that in this country. You know why? It would be too sensible a thing to do. Simple as that. I agree with Dan, that email you just had from Dan or text. It should be a total ban in this country of people wearing the burqa for safety and security. And I can't understand, but it's too sensible a thing for our government to do. Far too sensible.
Well, you say sensible. I mean, maybe the reason the government have decided not to do it is because they don't want to upset an awful lot of people. And surely you will accept that there are many women who do wear the burqa, whether they're driving or not, who would be very, very upset if the government said you're no longer allowed to do this.
Well, Jonathan, I'm sorry that we should upset people for wearing the burqa when people could have crimes committed against them by people wearing the burqa. I'm so sorry for them people that are upset when there's people that are could be robbed by people wearing the burqa and drivers wearing these burqas to hit into people. And, you know, I'm sorry for people to be upset. I feel my sympathy with the victims, and I think we appease everybody in this country, and it is England, for goodness sake. When in Rome, you do as the Romans do, full stop.
Stay there, Alan. Let me bring Ruba Ali in, who's worn the veil whilst driving for the last 20 years. Good morning to you, Ruba.
Oh, good morning, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. So Alan says it would be too sensible for us to ban the burqa behind the wheel. I think he's being sarcastic. He would very much like it to be banned. What do you say to him, Ruba?
Well, I've been driving with the veil on for over 20 years. I never had a problem or issue with it. And I think as long as you can see, I don't see what the problem is. I really don't. So I think it's just down to people's prejudice. With the driving transport, they've deemed it as safe as well. So everybody has a right to drive, whatever their background, whatever their religion, and we should look at women's safety in this, because women who drive, especially covered, they are more safe than going on the road or the pavement, where there's been an increase of acid attacks. I feel safer driving than walking the road because, let's face it, there has been an increase in acid attacks.
Can I just ask, before we get too sidetracked with acid attacks, can I just ask, Alan, when you listen to Ruba saying she's done this successfully for 20 years, never had a problem, tell Ruba why she shouldn't be allowed to wear her veil as far as you're concerned.
Well, Ruba, let me just say this to you. You say it's your right to do this and do that. You really annoy me like anything for you to say it's your right. What about the rights of British people to wear a crash helmet if they went to a petrol station or a bank? What about their right? They would be told to take it off.
We're not talking about going in a bank. We're talking about driving a car. And to be honest...
Yes.
If you wanted to wear a crash helmet while you were driving a car, I think you probably could.
Yeah, you could. Yes, Jonathan, you could wear a crash helmet driving a car, but you know what I meant about the bank and the petrol station. No, in this country, people like this Ruba driving around with a veil, they should be stopped and fined on the spot, full stop.
But why? Ruba's been doing it for 20 years without a problem. Tell Ruba why what she's doing is wrong.
Well, the fact that she's been doing it for 20 years is always the next time. As far as I'm concerned, it should not be allowed, full stop.
Why?
Why? Well, oh God, why? Well, it's just not right, Jonathan. You asked me to say why.
Why?
Well, why shouldn't she? Well, she's got little slits in her eyes, hasn't she? She can't... Right, okay, when she wants to turn right...
As I can see, and I've been a safe driver, and you're basically saying, British people, you're forgetting something. I was born in this country. I was born here. I hold a British passport. I'm not an immigrant. Yeah,
well, if you're a British passport,
just like you, I respect your rights. Ruba, but you're not tolerant, and you don't respect my rights.
Ruba, if you're born in this country, you should remember the saying: "When in Rome, do as the Romans do." Full stop. I'm sorry.
Well, the thing is, like I said, you're not respecting my rights. My rights. And the thing is, I've not, and you know, other people's rights here. I respect your rights, and the thing is, you should basically, you know, whatever religion, whatever background I am, you should respect that.
But can I just ask you, Ruba? I mean, you say you're born and bred in this country, you have a British passport, and you, for the last 20 years, have worn a face veil whilst driving a car.
Yeah.
Why when you are British and you live in a country where it is not a requirement, it is not the norm, why do you decide to cover your face in this way when you're driving around in your car?
It's my choice to wear what.
Yeah, but why have you made that choice?
You have the choice. I think I've said this in previous programmes that we should all respect other people's.
But why have you made that choice? In the same way that I've asked Alan to try and articulate why he has a problem with it, why do you want to wear it?
I feel a lot safer, and I feel really safer driving.
Safer from what?
If I were walking around the streets...
No, we're not talking about walking, we're talking about driving a car. Why do you feel safer? Why do you feel safer?
You're less likely to be abused, you're less likely to be attacked. And I did actually give the example of having an acid attack.
No, but you're talking about walking. When you're driving a car, you're not going to have an acid attack, are you? Because you're in your car. So why do you feel safer when you're driving a car wearing a veil? Because, like I said, I'm not going to be attacked. I'm not going to be attacked. How and why would anyone attack you while you're driving your car?
There's a lot of... when I'm driving a car, I'm less likely to be attacked.
Right, but just give me an example, because the inference then is that all those women who are driving around in cars without wearing a burqa, that they are at a greater chance of being attacked.
Yeah, I mean, we live
attacked by whom?
Attacked by people. It's a very unsafe world we're living in at the moment. So you're suggesting that if you wear a burqa, you're less likely to be attacked in your car? It's about safety. Yeah, like safety. Like, for example, in Manchester, there's women, there's the bus drivers, they basically don't actually even let women who are actually covered, like myself, on the bus. They just drive past them. So there's no safety here. And the thing is, if the police have actually, as part of the uniform with the hijab, they've actually allowed women to wear it as part of the police uniform.
But not the face veil.
Jonathan.
Yes, Alan.
I mean, this person. I mean, what difference? Listen, I'd like to, Ruba, what difference does it make whether you wear a face veil in a car? If you're driving along in a car, what chance have you got of being attacked? For goodness sake, tell me.
What I'm saying is, I've not had an accident. There's been no accidents here.
Oh, what? So hang on a minute. Wearing a veil means you're less likely to have an accident.
The thing is, I'm a safe driver. You know, there's nothing saying that I'm not safe. I'm extremely competent. There's no need to ban a veil when I'm extremely competent. This wasn't an issue before. I don't understand why this has become an issue. Why has this become an issue now?
Ruba, can I ask you this? I've been a driver for 50 years and I haven't had an accident. So don't you come to me saying I've been driving for 20 years without an accident as a defence for you wearing the veil. For goodness sake, talk sense.
Everybody has a choice to wear what they want, as long as it's not obstructing their eyes and you can see. I don't see what the problem is.
But you haven't.
What's the problem?
But you haven't yet.
You can drive. I've not had an accident. I'm not deemed as an unsafe driver by anybody.
But you haven't yet explained, Ruba, and I'm just genuinely interested to know why it's important for you to wear the veil when you're driving a car.
It's because it's my choice to wear.
But why have you made that choice? Why have you made that choice?
I've made that choice down to personal reasons, and I said one of them was due to safety. It's more safe driving a car covered. You're not.
Ruba, you're talking rubbish.
Why do you think Ruba's talking rubbish? I mean, that may be her perception.
Jonathan, she has not made any explanation as to why she's safer for herself or anybody else with her wearing the veil. She's not any safer wearing the veil than if she didn't wear the veil. She's driving a car, for goodness sake, not a bicycle.
Look, I've experienced a lot of prejudice in society. The people already think that the veil is oppressive, it's backward, it's intimidating. This is another additional hurdle. If this was banned in the country, I'd have to go through another additional hurdle, you know.
So if indeed, if we end up going down the same line that Germany has gone down, and if we do ban the burqa, or certainly ban the veil, what would you do? How would you respond, Ruba?
Well, like I said, I wouldn't be able to drive anymore. It's just as simple as that.
So you wouldn't go out in a car? Would you go out at all, or would you just have to stay at home all day?
It's going to be more difficult for me. This is what I'm saying. There's an extra barrier with, you know, and I've been through a lot of these barriers. You know, there's just an extra barrier. No, I just think I will not be able to drive anymore. It's as simple as that.
So that would be the effect, Alan. If you were to ban the veil, you're going to take away Ruba's independence.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't worry. It wouldn't worry me a tuppenny toss if that happened, to be quite honest. Because at the end of the day, if she couldn't drive without wearing the veil, that's her problem, not mine, and it's not your problem either. Sorry. Full stop. Got no sympathy at all.
So Ruba just have to stay at home and deal with it?
Well, if by her not wearing the veil stops her driving, she's got a problem with that. Not you and I, Jonathan. I wouldn't worry a tuppenny toss about that, to be quite honest. I think there's more worrying things in the world than Ruba, who can't drive if she doesn't wear the veil. I'm sorry, I wouldn't lose any sleep if she couldn't drive, if she didn't wear the veil.
Ruba, do you want to respond?
The thing is, it's really sad with his comments, because he doesn't understand. You know, he doesn't understand that the problems that I've had to face, and he doesn't actually care. But I think a lot of people listening to this would understand, and they would care, because women have had to go through a lot of barriers, and he's saying, yeah, that's my own choice. But everybody should respect other people's choice, and this is what really tolerant means. This is why this country is...
But Ruba, I know you and I we've come to blows over this issue many times. But surely if what we all want is to integrate, and if we all want to just get on, and I certainly would never want to be unkind to anybody else because of their religion or because of their ethnic background. And I'm sure you wouldn't want to be unkind to me or to anybody else because of our religion or our ethnic background. But isn't wearing an outfit that is so different to what is considered to be culturally the norm in this country, aren't you the one who's pushing yourself away from the rest of society?
No, people need to be tolerant. You know, people are scared of the unfamiliar. You know, alarm bells get ringing. But, you know, we now have access to the internet, and it's all about...
So are you tolerant of everyone else?
Yeah, I respect everybody's wishes.
Right.
I respect their wishes, but they don't respect my wishes.
Right.
My wishes, you know. So
what about
me?
So for
I feel as though I'm being here oppressed, but not by basically saying that I'm not allowed to wear, you know, which is completely safe to me.
Do you respect homosexuals?
Well, everybody has their own choice. What they do, you know, what they do, that's their choice. Homosexual is their choice.
Right. So you respect homosexuals?
Yeah, they've got a choice to what they want to do. I mean, I wouldn't be doing that kind of thing, then that's my choice. So what I'm saying is everybody should have a choice, you know, whether they want to wear with homosexuals or not homosexuals. And this is what makes this country great, Jonathan. And we shouldn't put this away about this country, because if Germany is banning the veil, they've not, you know, it's not as great.
But why then, if you love this country, and why, if you think this country is great, why do you want to wear an outfit that is normal in the likes of Saudi Arabia, but is not normal in the United Kingdom?
Well, I disagree. The outfit is nothing to do with Saudi Arabia or normal. To me, this is normal. This is a normal outfit.
But it's not, because you said you're British, you're born and bred in this country. So when you grew up, you did not grow up with women wearing this.
Yes, when I grew up and I went to school here, everything has changed for the worse. Everything now has become, everything that was wrong, deemed wrong, now has become right. For example, I gave the example of tattoos, and, you know, when I went to school, the girls wore long skirts. Now the skirts, you know, they're quite high. There's no...
Well, surely you respect their rights to wear short skirts?
I do respect their rights, but they don't respect my rights to wear longer skirts or to be modest, and this is what it is.
Bear with me 1 second, Ruba.
People's wishes.
Bear with me 1 second. Sue in Winslow, she's on the line. Hello, Sue.
Good morning, Jonathan. I just cannot believe what I'm hearing. The niqab is not compulsory with the Muslim faith. It is a choice whether the woman covers her face or not. And I'm sorry, it's really wound me up that she is saying that she is wearing a veil to make her driving safer. Oh, what a load of rubbish. I would have thought wearing a veil, because I go to Singapore regularly, I see many, many, many women wearing niqabs. I have not yet seen a woman driving there wearing a niqab, because it is not considered to be safe, because when they're turning their head, the veil can be obtrusive. It's just a load of rubbish, and I would like to remind this person that we are historically a Christian country, and if she's born here, she's got a British passport, she's got everything British, why does she not want to behave like a British woman?
So do you say the same to Jewish people listening in the country?
I don't have any issue with Jewish people whatsoever.
So why do you have an issue with a Muslim?
Because in a lot of it, I'm not actually talking about... I feel that if you choose to take on a British passport, you should start becoming British.
Right, so the Orthodox Jews then, who live in, for example, Golders Green in North London, who bring their children up in this country, born and bred in this country, bring their children up to have the curly hair and, to dress like an Orthodox Jew. Do you think that they are doing the wrong thing as well?
No, that doesn't bother me at all. The fact is that the niqab is covering the face, and she, quite rightly, she did mention about, I think it was the gentleman speaking, mentioned helmets. If you are a motorcyclist, you have to take your helmet off before you go into a bank, to pay in a petrol station, because you cannot be seen. And I don't think that the niqab is allowing people to hide their faces. There have been men dressing up as women wearing a niqab to do bad things.
So it's the security angle that most concerns you?
Yes, very much so.
All right. Thank you very much indeed.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.